Okay, first and foremost, thank you, Shamutai. As far as we are concerned, there is nothing that is not on the table. We have seen what other countries are doing. We have seen field hospitals, we have seen people working in stadiums, and so on. One of the unique advantages that Kenya has is this idea of boarding schools. I think people do not appreciate that there are very many countries without boarding schools, or very few boarding schools. These boarding school facilities for us can take as many as 300,000. There are at least 300,000 boarding students in Kenya. And therefore, the boarding schools on their own can take quite a number of patients. But having said that, we are also saying that even the fields, even airport hangars are available to us for that purpose, if it becomes necessary. I think I'm going to ask Dr. Amoth to reply to your second part, and also the issue of the test kits, as well as any other technical issue that you might want answered. Dr. Amoth.
Thank you, Waziri. Let me reiterate by first speaking to Seth's question regarding, just to add clarity to what Waziri said. One thing that could work to our advantage is the fact that our population is more youthful. So potentially it is possible that our people will be able to catch the virus, but probably just pass on as a mild illness. On the contrary, what may work against us, of course, is our weak health system, and of course our disease burden, especially HIV. Especially when we have community transmission as confirmed by Waziri, then especially those who are not adherent to the medicines would have lack of viral suppression, therefore could be at risk. So the youthful population will work to our advantage, but of course our high burden of communicable diseases could disrupt that advantage. Number two, we have done modeling to see the kind of numbers that we are going to have. As Waziri said, this virus is not following a particular trend. Our modeling puts us at having about 1,000 cases by the first week of April, and we postulate that we'll have 5,000 cases by mid-April, and potentially 10,000 cases by 30th of April. So those are the figures that we are working with in terms of how we preposition our personal protective equipment, how we preposition our test kits, how we preposition our human resource, and how we preposition our isolation and quarantine facilities. So we have done a bit of modeling. Nature sometimes does not obey science, but we believe if it works along that way, then the actions that we take, we will be able to pretty be sure that we can be able to be in control. In terms of the testing, we have agreed in consultation with our technical team that we are only going to test those who are in quarantine after the 8th day. So yesterday we managed to test about 140 something. Half of that population came from people in quarantine. So as we go ahead, we are going to increase the number of people tested. But remember also, the laboratory capacity that we have, we can only do 300 samples in 24 hours. We are working very hard to ensure that Moi Teaching Referral Hospital comes up in the course of this week to be able to provide additional testing capacity. So going forward, we anticipate that we are going to do a minimum of 300 tests every 24 hours. Thank you.